Kal Halalim La Yahal Bashim Yahushai Bahasham Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brotherhood out there. Teaching the truth and sincerity in the name of Yahal Bashim Yahushai. So, we're still on Isaiah 45 and 7. And I'll read it. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, do all these things. Now, some people might get confused because the letter I is there. But you have to remember that in sundry times and diverse manners that the Lord spake to the prophets. So we're just writing down well, at that point we were writing down what he was saying. At this point, there's some X-Men shit about to happen. You know? Because our Lord creates both darkness and light. So if we look at what darkness is, Kashak, darkness, obscurity, darkness, secret place. So he makes those secret place. And let's go to that original one. To grow dark. Yeah, some people grow dark. Some people can't handle the truth. You know, and that's what happens when you can't handle the truth. You grow dark. Now, light of war, light of day, light of heavenly luminaries, moon, sun, stars, daylight, light of lamp, light of life. That's one. Light of prosperity, and prosperity doesn't mean financial prosperity. Light of instruction, because we give you instruction. Light of face. It says Jehovah, but it's Yahweh as Israel's light. And we got the H215, or war still sin, to be or become light, to be illuminated, to be bright. And that, you know, it's an explanation, but I'm not doing it justice. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is using words that are so powerful, they have a meaning, deep meaning, and he's explaining them to the prophet at that time. Isaiah had scribes, you know, writing down, or maybe he would have wrote it down, but he's not as good as a scribe, so, you know, words got mixed up and interchanged. And when you do that, you're still talking about the same thing, but it's just a different translation. It's the same meaning, but a different way of understanding it. So, like I'm trying to say is, you know, water. Water could be water, H2O, but water could also be hydrogen. It could also be methane. It could also be a liquid substance. You know? And fire could be fire from a fire that you're trying to cook something off, or a fire of indignation from the chariots, or, you know, fire from the missiles. It is something intense. So when he says darkness, he means evil. You know, darkness, evil, bad things, because it explains to you that he creates bad things too. You know, darkness, evil, he creates light. That's good. So for let's see, for a car, let's say you get up in the middle of the night and you left your phone in the car. I mean, you can find the phone by its light if it's on, but what if it's dead? Then you have to turn on the light in the car. So you're going to need different types of light, right? Like light could be a clue. Light could be light, you know? And it's so easy that it makes it harder to understand, because people need a complex explanation. They need to feel like they're smart. But it's not about feeling smart, it's about feeling complete. So, like the thing Apostle Tahar said is, you can go to camp as long as you want, as long as you look as if you feel like you did enough, like you did is good enough. So I do 2 30-minute camps. I try, but I'm doing one in Spanish and one in English. And to make it easier for myself, I just use the same scriptures that I do in Spanish, and I just move it to English. And I'm getting better at speaking my Spanish and reading my Spanish. But the book that I'm reading, it's really Castellano. It's the ancient form, is an older form of Spanish. So your boy over here, he's reading 4 or 5 different dialects, bro. What you know about that? 4 or 5, and I'm lying, 6 or 7. Man. And that's light. That's light right there, because like you could be looking at a piece of paper with the kinds of symbols on it, you don't understand the symbols, you're in darkness. And to bring light to a situation, you must understand those symbols. It's not that hard. Okay, so now on to my explanation. So Yahweh Bashim Shai has a plan. We don't know what his plan is. We just gotta believe that he's got the right mind. He always does, because right here should be comfort. Everything that happens bad, every bad thing that happens, I should say, happens at his request. And we don't know his intentions when they happen, but it's just accept it. It is safe to say that he's got it under control. Why would you want to risk it and assume control for yourself? That's a dangerous thing. Because, let's say you're driving down the road, you're late, so you're going a little bit fast, and you don't see the car coming in front of you because you're busy focusing on your phone, and boom, you're getting a head-on collision. Whatever's going to happen after that collision can't be stopped. So at that point, you just got to be accepting of that, right? Because how are you going to stop a car wreck? Well, you weren't paying attention, first of all, so you can't say I'll pay attention. You can't say nothing because the accident's already happening. So if you were doing what you were supposed to do, the accident would have never happened. You see what I'm saying? Like people say, oh, I got free will. No, you don't. You have a choice, but it's not based upon you wanting to create that choice. How do you create a choice? Shit, I wish I didn't have to fucking come to work. But here I am in the parking lot making this video for you. How about Shimmy? I was shy minutes before I clock in. Why am I doing that? Because my day could go totally different if I did not. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. If I'm in, like I was watching the brother's video before, I came over here. It was Biblical Defenders. He does some great videos. Shalom to you, brother. You're a great teacher. And it was about this African Christian that had sent 15 of his congregation members to starve themselves to death. And then the brother said, why didn't he do it? Right. So if if people go and listen to a pastor, and the pastor's like, you gonna do a fast for 15 days, you're going till death. Well, I'll be like, fuck you, nigga, what you talking about? You gonna see how fast I put these hands on you? That shit is ridiculous. You don't look. King James did you a great favor, and he didn't do it out of his own heart. Yahweh Shemi Hawashai made him do it because he had the resources to pull it off. King James wrote the Bible as a command. 1611, the King James Bible is out there in billions, so every human being can pick it up. You Hamites can pick it up. You won't vibe with it. You Moabites can pick it up. Some of you will. You Ammonites can pick it up, and some of you will. Shit. Egyptians will pick it up, and they'll be like, man, damn. We're Israelites? So there's ways to do things. So if he's in control, let him be in control. You just ride the wave, baby. You think surfers control the waves? They just ride it, baby. They just ride it. It's like wrestling, bro. There's something called a Saturday Night Leg Ride. It sounds funny, but it's where you get a triangle on the leg of your opponent and you just sit on it, and then they can't do anything, and you're just controlling them. Also, when you get someone's back, you can ride them. I'm very good at getting people's backs. That's what Coach Kano hooked me up with. And he was a collegiate wrestler. He was a chief of police. He was a boxing coach. He was just black belt in judo. He taught me that shit, and that stayed with me. If you're gonna shoot at me with the double, you're gonna get your back taken, boy. You see? But what if I didn't ever go to try to learn from him? I'd be in hell of a trouble. You'd shoot a double on me, and that's all you. But now that I learned the light, I was in darkness before. Now that I learned the light, you shoot a double on me, you're gonna be fucking paying for it. I don't give a fuck. Right? And like I said, I don't give a fuck. That's not me. The Lord made me that way. He created each man of the Lord in a perfect balance. Like each one of us has a limit. We'll snap eventually. I try to be patient. But sometimes it's hard. So Isaiah 45:7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, do all these things. And I'm not saying that I'm the Lord. I'm reading it for him. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.